welcome to Blake's Jukebox. Today I'm going to be teaching you a song called The Tom and Jerry Show. It's a very fast-paced, really hard piano song, but if you're looking for a song to show off your skills and stuff like that, this is definitely it. It's an amazing jazz piece by Hiromi Uehara. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but it's by Hiromi, and she is an amazing pianist, and she wrote this awesome jazz piano song that I'm going to be teaching you today, and it has a lot of cool stuff in it. It's got a whole set of like runs and really awesome stuff, so we're going to be learning that all today. And I think I'm going to split this video up into different parts so that I don't slam you with a bunch of stuff in the first video. So first off, we want to start off with the intro, right? So it's pretty simple. It's a very impressive sounding intro that has a very simple bass to it. It sounds like this. And you might look at me and go, how is that simple? That little... That might seem hard, but once you get into it, it really actually isn't. So first let's start off with the left hand. We've got kind of this weird rhythm going on. We've got this F all the way down here. You're going to go F, and then you're going to go C, and then C, and then B flat, just like that. So F, C, C, and then B flat. So, and by the way, if you hear the clickety-clack of the piano, that's just picking up on my microphone right there, so I hope it's not too bad. So that's how you're going to play it. Just like that. So, and then the right hand is going to have, we're actually playing an F7 here. Like this is just that, just inverted. So all you're going to be doing is you're playing this E flat and A and the C. So you're going to go kind of in that motion. Just like that. And that next chord is going to be a D and an A flat. So you have this 7th, we have this F7, and then we have this B7, So that's kind of our first rhythm. So we're going to have... So if you're just playing that in the right hand, that would be... But we're replacing that, like, one of those C's in there with our left hand. So you're going to go... And that C is just kind of on its own, that lower octave C, so like I said, really awkward rhythm going on. So just watch that a couple of times because it just takes practice to get done. Just like that. So that's all that it is. So now that you've got that, you can start to speed it up. And then next we have this walk down. And all that it is we're playing alternating octaves on like the same note. So first we have F, an F octave down here, and then an F octave up there. So just practice going like that for a second. Just like that. So, and then we have E flat, then D, then C sharp, then C, then B flat, then A, and then G. So, exactly like that. So that's all we're going to be doing. And you just have to speed it up. Just like that. Just like that. So that's all that you have to do. That's it. And it just takes a lot of practice of doing that over and over. So now we have... Just like that. I did do a little jazz slide in there. Don't do that weird thing, a little chromatic thing. So it's this walk down will just need to be practiced a lot of times. So that's that kind of for the intro, because then all that it does next is it just repeats. And then we have this C octave, like, you know, jazz thing. Happens a lot in jazz music, you know, to prepare you for back to the chord, because this is the 5 chord. We've got C. It's not like a 7 where we're, you know, really going into it, but just alternating octaves, C's, you know. So the whole thing is just like that. And you can either do, or you can just let the octave ring down here and go just like that. It's up to you. So next up, we have the hard part of the song that sounds like this. And that, my friends, is a handful. It took me a long time to really master it, and basically the only way to do so is to practice very, very slow. That is the only way to do this. So that is the right hand, and that's what we're going to work on first, because the left hand is simpler, and we'll get that done later. So I believe we're in like the F blues scale for pretty much this entire song. So we have A flat to A, and then C, D, F. So practice that a bunch of times. And then we're gonna go E flat, D, C. So practice that a ton of times until you can play it at around that speed. So all that it is G, A flat, F. So just like that. So you just have to practice that a lot of times, but that's where we're at so far. So all that is D, C, D, F, G. So you're playing, it's not really a suspended, like a sus2 or a sus4. It's kind of like both at the same time. So it's kind of like a C super suspended, I guess. You have, I bet there's a technical name for it, but C, D, F, and G. So like that. So practice that a couple times really, really, really slow. Promise me you'll practice this slow, because I thought I would be cool at practicing it fast, you know, and it sounded like it doesn't sound good at all. You just have to practice it slowly, and you'll get there. So, and then next we have this, and all that is we've got this recurring C in here, and just A flat, G, F. Okay, so like that. Just like that. So awesome. And then it kind of repeats up to there. So bear with me. Here's the whole thing. And then we have, and all that is F, and then B flat, D, so we're playing an F major chord, and then back to the F, and then a little jazz slide from A flat to A on an F chord. Practice that a bunch of times. So yeah, that's all you have right there. So let's try it all the way through. I want you to pause the video after you watch me play it slow and practice it slow a couple times for yourself. So as you can see, you kind of do a lot of jumping around the piano, which can get a little bit hard. So that's why you need to practice it slow. Oh, goodness. There we go. So that's what it should sound like. And you should get to that speed before you really start to move on from this section. So, yep. So you can either, there's actually a couple ways. I do some different variations of that part that I'm just now realizing. I don't always go, I sometimes go just playing that B major third inversion? Yeah, third inversion, just on its own altogether. So, like that. So, you can do whichever one you want. They both sound great. And then next, after this, so we have our, then we kind of repeat. So, things are a bit different, so we go, that's all the same, and then we have G, A, B flat. So now we're kind of going like G minor. So G, A, B flat, G, A, just like that. So, and then C, so C, D, F, and then we have that same that we had down here. So, now that is probably going to be the hardest part of this whole section, because this other part, it kind of moves up and down pretty smooth, but right here when you go, like, you're going down and right back up, so it can be kind of confusing sometimes. So, just remember, the fingering that I use here is pointer finger on G, middle finger on A, ring finger on that B flat, so that I can use my thumb to come back right there. So, goodness gracious, that was bad, sorry. There we go. And then we have this really big run. Oh, goodness. I struggle to even play it sometimes, as you can totally tell. So, as you can see, it's a lot of chromatic movement right here going on. So A flat, A, B flat, B, C. All that is. And then is F, B flat, A flat, A. So now that part shouldn't be too hard. You should be able to practice that and get it down pretty soon. So, but the secret here is you want to have your middle finger on that A and your pointer finger on that F, so you can use that thumb to get down here for this C. So try that. So all that is B flat, A, and then B flat, B, C. So we have that chromatic movement again. So that last part is after the, that's the same as the up here. So, just like that. And then we have this. That comes later for the. There's a section that goes like that, but we're not getting into that today. So just go. Sorry, I started an octave lower. What was I doing? Just like that. Practice that a bunch of times. Just like that. So the whole thing from the beginning should be. Still with me? Okay. I want you to practice that on your own without going any further. Try that slowly, and then you can move on to that part. So here it is from the beginning again. I hope you practiced it. Like that. And then we have the second part. And that's just me going into that as force of habit. So all you need to know is down to that F. So that's the right hand. Practice that a lot. And then you can move on to this left hand, which is fairly simple if you know how to jump between chords. Because all that it is we're kind of sticking with this theme of this F7 to keep that jazzy, like, you know, not quite everything is right feel. So F, E flat, A, like that. And then we have A, and that same combination. So, oh. So practice that a bunch. And then we have B flat, D, A flat. So, and then F, same combination. So, like this. You should be able to do that. And then we have this little walk down of like kind of awkward sounding sevenths. So we have A and G, and then A flat and G flat. And then we get to this, you know, this G7. So G, F and B, B, F and B, and then a C7 without the G. And then just an an F octave. So I don't know what I was doing right there, so let's try it again. I don't know how that even happened. Let's try that again. That was totally wrong. So that part we haven't learned yet, and it's just this little kind of it's not a walk down, it's like a walk down and up at the same time. Now, the weird thing is, when you play a song fast for so long, it gets hard to play slow, so that's why I'm making so many dumb mistakes. So then, so F, E flat, D, and then A flat, G, C sharp, C, E, F. Just like that. So here's the rhythms. I'll play it very slow. So here we go. So like that. I'll play it one more time, just a bit quicker. Just like that. And then we have the next part, which is very similar. Same exact thing. Just like that. So I was thinking that the left hand was a bit different. I was teaching you the second one for the first one. So it's the same thing, but this time you just leave it at the octave like that. So all the way from the beginning. Here we go. Into that part. So now there are a couple variations. You know, there's that one that goes with the now the one that I just played is the way that Hiromi plays it. She puts a D7 in there. So you're probably watching that and going, what were you doing? You know, so just if you want to play that, because this version just keeps it easy because it's the same one as the one you just did. But to make it sound more authentic, you'll want to go. And that's just D, F sharp and C, A, F sharp and C. Right there. So. And then we have this right there, D, E, F, F sharp, little walk up. So this is all just to make it sound a bit more authentic. So you know, and the rest is the same. So next week, we're going to work on, or whenever I release a new video, I don't know when I'm going to do that, we're going to work on this part that goes, and then it goes into, so I was playing it horribly right there, so let me do it again. Goes into a new section right there that's, but we won't get into that right now. So obviously, as you can tell, I'm not Hiromi, so I can't play perfectly like that, but I'll give you one last taste of what we're gonna do next week, and then I'll leave you. So we'll go from So, yeah, I mean, I do usually play this on my baby grand piano, so it is a bit weirder to do it on my electric, but I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll make another one so that you guys can keep learning the song. But yeah, that is it. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.